Good evening, good evening, good evening to everybody. Grace and peace to each and every one of you. I am back with you again, Apostle Robert. So happy to be with you for volume 6, edition number 6 of Spiritual Nuggets and Tidbits. Listen, let's get right into this right here, okay? I got this 6 to 10 minutes to spend with you, so I want to make the most of the time. We've been talking about love and so forth. And so as I begin to think about this and about we think about all the things that love is, and we often and not incorrectly, but we think of love from affectionate standpoint. And this is true because there's affection in it, there's passion in it, whether it's for a romantic thing or the platonic thing, there's still a level of passion in it. The inverse of that is hate, and there's still passion in that, and it takes effort to do either one. But I want to challenge you and to myself, husband man got to be first partaker, right? To look at it from a faith perspective. And as I was teaching on Sunday and dealing with Galatians, the 5th chapter, and thinking about the fruit of the Spirit, and I believe the first thing Paul talked about was the first attribute that he talked about was love. And love is tied to our faith. I know you said, what do you mean? Well, thank you for asking. Because it takes a level of faith to invest into a relationship with someone or to reinvest into a relationship with someone. Because when I say that I love, I am now making myself vulnerable. And I believe that there is a call or mandate where we need to, through the love of God, be able to bring some healing back to some relationships that were abandoned and or aborted for whatever reason. And so it's going to take faith. But now if we're dealing with, and we've been dealing with First John, I believe, verse 4 and 7, talking about what God is, and what God is, there is love. It takes that relationship, because love also requires you to bring about reconciliation. And in order to have that reconciliation or that restorative value, it takes a faith to do that, because now you're taking the chance. Remember, just a moment ago, I used the word vulnerable. You're leaving yourself vulnerable to be hurt again. But now think about it this way. If we look at it from a John 3:16 perspective, he so loved the world, God did. He gave his only begotten son. And yet, he understanding that the majority of the world would reject his love. Yet, he put his love out there to be tried and to be rejected. You're smart. You're catching on to where I'm going with that. And how often do we reject his love towards us? Yet he still tries to reconcile us through his love. He doesn't just say that you abandoned me. You don't believe me? I need you to read the book of Hosea, and you'll get the revelation of that. I think oftentimes we approach people and situations based upon past encounters, and we come in with this predetermined disposition that I'm going to be let down, I'm going to be hurt, I'm going to be made to be angry. But if we really look at it from a Jesus perspective, when he told us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, unless we are sadistic or have some type of issues, we don't go into situations trying to hurt ourselves, but we go into situations trying to make ourselves better. We should, and I'll talk about self-love at a different time. So it takes a faith to be able to love someone as you love yourself, especially when you have that history there. But the more I love God, then the greater my faith should expand. And I'm willing to try again so that the love of God can be shown in me and through me and by me. Again, in me, through me, and by me. And it's going to take faith in order to do that. So as my faith grow, my love should grow. As my love grow, my faith should grow. And I should stop coming in with a predetermined outcome, with a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, I know that's a little bit challenging there. And listen, it 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 moves beyond our fleshly desire, but it moves on to what God is saying. Now, nobody get it twisted. I'm not telling you to be sadistic, get your head beat in, and this and that or whatever. What I am telling you is that with the love of God, it moves us towards that healing process and the restorative process, the redemptive process. And he doesn't draw us back in expecting to be let down again, but he draws us in so that we may become closer to the cross. Some of you remember the old song, "Draw me nearer, blessed Lord, to thy blessed bleeding side." At the cross where I first found the light and the burdens of my heart rolled away. It was by faith that he sent Jesus into the world. I know you said, well, Apostle, you just said, so God so loved the world. Yes, but it was by faith that he sent them into the world so that the world can be reconciled back to him through the selfless act of love. Who will your love reconcile today, and what will you be reconciled to? Beyond your own feelings and your flesh and your own proclivities. Listen, I shared this word with you because I do love you. And I pray that these spiritual nuggets and tidbits are helping you. Listen, if you're being blessed by these things, why don't you just drop me a line? Let me know that you're being blessed. You can contact us with information that you see on the screen at the email below. And listen, I'm inviting you to be with us on Sunday at 1101 South Austin on the upper level. 1101 South Austin upper level. And I promise you that you will feel and be shown the love of God. Listen, it's been my pleasure to be with you. Thank you for those of you who be with us every Thursday, or if this is your first time being with us. Thank you for finding us. Listen, feel free to share this video. We ask that you also, if you're watching it on YouTube, leave us a comment. We're so happy to have you. And may you find the love that you're looking for in Jesus, because he does love you. As I say every time that I'm privileged to host this platform, I want you to be well until next time. Listen, I'm out of here, but I do love you in Jesus' name.